Hi, everybody. It's Shawna L. Francis here. It is August 14th, 2020. I'm here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State. It's Friday. The Galactic Federation of Light would like to come through and talk about the Ascension. I channel the Galactic Federation of Light along with several other highly advanced beings of light. They've asked me to actually talk a little bit about my channeling process with you guys at the beginning of this channeled video. So, relatively speaking, I'm fairly new to this. So I have been working with my guides, Archangel Metatron, Galactic Council, Melchizedek, for about 2 years. So around 1st of September of last year, it's almost exactly been 2 years. Sorry, year before last, September, is when I really started my awakening process. I had met my personal spirit guide. His name was Micah. And from there, I developed a relationship with Archangel Metatron through various books and other connections. I started working with other entities to really help me with my spiritual unfolding, to help me with my evolution, to get me to this point. So finally, 2 years later, I'm actually putting these videos out to the public, and this is really at the urging of the Galactic Federation of Light. Normally, I've kept this stuff pretty under wraps and very personal. It's been one of those kinds of journeys where it just takes time to get used to all these ideas and get used to galactics and energies like this and the idea of channeling. I'm actually a pretty skeptical person. I am a project manager, account director by trade. I had 25 years as a marketing executive. And so when it was time for me to start my mission in earnest related to the ascension here and awakening, everything kind of came at me like a 2x4. So this all came on very quickly. And a lot of my channelings, I've written 2 books. One is published, actually October of 2018, Archangels, Aliens, and Prophecies, The Cosmic Unveiling of a New Earth. This was kind of an introduction to the ascension. It came very early on in my awakening journey. And then I'm literally like today, tomorrow, going to be publishing my book, I Am the Beacon, and it explains a lot about my awakening process and how I channel and how this all came about. But I'm kind of like coming out of the galactic closet here, out of the spiritual closet, and becoming public with what I'm doing. So it's been a very long process to get here. A lot of learning, a lot of self-exploration, and just understanding what's happening to me, why I'm doing this, why this is happening to me. What does it mean to awaken? What does it mean to be going through an ascension? So I'm still learning these things along with all of you. But normally specifically with channeling, I've told people if I can do it, like anybody could do it. I don't have any special gifts here. I think I may have signed up for a pretty intense mission here in this lifetime, but I really feel like everything the Federation's been talking about the last 2 weeks, getting quiet, being able to tune into those voices that seem to be your imagination or in your head, those really could be your guides trying to come through, or some kind of a support system coming through. So you need to be able to be open to that stuff. Also early on, like my throat would get attention, and that's how I knew somebody would want to come through. I've done a lot of automatic writing, a lot of journaling, asking a question, writing it down, saying it out loud, writing it down. That creates more resonance for that question. Getting quiet, being really quiet, and asking for an answer, asking for help with our free will. So those are the kinds of things that helped me early on with connecting to these presences, this presence that's outside of my personal consciousness, it seems. So I'll leave it at that, and we'll see what the Federation wants to come through with today. I will say they're really excited to be able to come forward with kind of in a direct way with all of you, and to share whatever it is they want to be talking about here. So they're really excited to have this connection. So I thank all of you for watching, and I'll get quiet here and we will see what the Federation has to say today. Okay, yes, thank you, Shawna. We'd like to get started. Today's messages revolve around more about the darkness. Many of you out there, many of you in humanity, not only have you been under darkness for a very long time, you are almost accumulating more darkness in your psyches, in your energy fields. And this, my friends, is because you are being bombarded with these energies from outside of yourselves. We understand that this kind of a concept is really hard to digest. It's hard to process this whole concept. There are nefarious creatures, beings who are not from Earth, who wish to continue their reign of darkness and negativity on the Earth plane. We can understand why this would be so hard for you to understand and to believe. We are very gently coming through with this information to start to expand your awareness of what's been happening here on Earth. And why do you even need something like the Galactic Federation of Light at this time? Why is this even necessary to have millions of other sentient beings coming to your aid right now to help you traverse this new state of being to get to the fifth dimensional living? Why do you need help? This is because you are at an unfair disadvantage based on the actions of others who are not of Earth. If you can understand that humans are not the only sentient race or species in all of existence, if you could understand and entertain the idea that there are other beings of light, multitudes of races and species outside of Earth, then you are heading in the right direction. There will always be dark and light. There will always be positive and negative. This is the natural state of existence. What we're striving for here is for balance. We feel that humanity is really caught here in between a light and a dark world. And you have been exploited for the ignorance that you have about the dark that has been ruling over you for a very long time. So imagine that there's a pendulum that's been swinging, and here in the middle is nice, kind of a homeostasis, a nice balance between light and dark. But you've been over here on the dark side for a very long time. Not your fault. You do have free will, you do have choice, but you have been under an unfair disadvantage due to the outside forces that are trying to control you. We are helping to enlighten you to this fact. You don't have to believe anything that we say. We ask that you do your research, that you look into your heart and into your soul for these answers. We are merely planting a seed here. We have ignited a spark. Your understanding of the imbalance here toward the dark on this plane of existence will be important for your awakening and for your ascension. It'll be important for you to understand just how difficult it has been for humanity due to the extenuating forces here, the darkness that has been outside of you that is exerting influence on you every day. If you are unaware of this, or you don't believe it, or you reject these ideas, that is absolutely fine. And we expect that many of you will go this route. However, this is about raising of your consciousness, about raising your awareness. This is what we are trying to do, my friends, is to help enlighten you to this fact. So we come to tip the scales. We're going to swing way to the other side toward the light, and eventually we are going to find a balance. But right now, we are exerting as much influence as we can from the light side without impacting your free will as we possibly can. This is why your involvement is so very important to this process. Humanity cannot just sit back and hope and expect that things are going to get better all by themselves, or that we in the Galactic Federation and many multitude of other species, races, councils, federations will come in and fix this for you. We cannot do that. If you are set to climb a mountain and you have all your gear, and you maybe have a guide, you know that you're not going to be carried up this mountain. You must use your own 2 legs to climb that mountain. You can do the research. You can be as prepared as possible. We can help push you from behind, pull you from the front, flank you on each side, but really it is your own 2 legs, your own 2 feet that must carry you up the mountain. This is humanity at a crossroads. These are unprecedented times. Truly, the fate of humanity lies within humanity. You will prevail. We will prevail as light. But unfortunately, the dark who exert influence here on this plane are going to make this as difficult as possible. These are tough, straightforward words. We are not mincing our words here. We do not wish to candy coat the situation. People like Shawna and many of you have very intense missions on this planet right now in this incarnation to help with this ascension. We need everybody who heeds this call, everybody who has raised their hand to help with this ascension to come forward and take action. With your own free will, ask for divine help. With your free will, ask to be embodying light at all times. What is it going to take to wake up more of you to the truth of yourselves, to the truth of existence? What can you be doing to help with this process? We will reiterate that it must come first from within you. This is not about you exerting influence on other people through will or through actions in that way. Everybody has free will and everybody's going to be where they need to be at this time. We are more talking about you embodying love and light and you being the beacon for others. Just as a tuning fork impacts the vibratory rate of a second tuning fork, this is the same idea. Your resonance, your vibrational rate impacts everything around you. So we ask that you be conscious of this. If you are embodying fear, suffering, anger, shame, guilt, confusion, if you are so super sad about what's going on around you, if you are not able to see light in a dark room, see the truth for what it is, and embody that deep within yourself, you're going to have a much harder time. Where we wish to take you is into full sovereignty. Imagine us as your army of light. We are vast. We are deep. We are broad. We are strong. We will not give up. As the dark increases their influence and their distraction, things to keep you asleep, ways to keep you uninformed, ways to keep you in fear, we will exponentially increase our light to counteract this. We need your help in order to do this and to be as effective as possible. Please realize, my friends, that this is a choice. This is a choice you're being asked to make right now. We're going to start just with this. It starts just with you. Can you rise above the dark? Can you see the truth of your existence? Can you decouple yourselves from the agenda of the dark, which is working overtime to help keep you asleep? Can you see yourself in light? Can you see your neighbors in light? Can you see your brothers and sisters in light? Can you hold them in the light? Can you break free of judgments? Can you break free of divisiveness? Can you see past duality? Can you radiate out love and light in the way that you are meant to? Had this dark influence not been on this planet for all this time, things would be very different on this planet right now. Your lives would be very different. We wish to help you tip the scales back to the light. We wish to make you aware of the dark influences that have come from outside yourself. We want to make you aware of this so you know what you're dealing with, so that you know that you have a choice here to counteract that. Know that your strength as a collective is unstoppable. You yourself, as a cosmic singularity, must commit to shining the light at all times. Ask for help. Seek help from other healers on this planet who are here to fulfill their missions of helping you. Don't wait for somebody to tell you how to feel. Don't wait for someone to tell you how to act and how to believe. Find your own truth from within. Connect with that part of yourself that is your true spirit and your true soul. You create your own utopia here. You create your own reality. For those who are unaware and asleep, you're just going with whatever is being fed to you. This will be more difficult. We're here, my friends, to help awaken you, to shed some light where there is dark. One more time we'll say, don't believe us. Figure this out for yourself. Know this truth for yourself. This is your freedom. This is your sovereignty. This is your truth. You can choose it in every moment. Thank you, Galactic Federation of Light. It feels you're kind of wrapping that message up. Thank you. I will say, as Shawna, I know there's questions that are coming in. I'm happy to ask the Federation and my other guides your questions. I'll be launching my website soon. You'll be able to contact me there through my website. I'll have a lot more information about awakening, about ascension, your resources that you can access to help with your learning, your enlightenment. So until then, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.